All right, but let's get into some college ball.
Let's go.
Let's start with Kiyomi McMiller. And
okay, who is that for our fans?
So Kiyomi McMiller plays for Rutgers, but she was a 5-star recruit. She played in New Jersey her last couple of years of high school, but I mean, she's a dynamic player. Okay. She was in the top 25 in scoring nationally, with 19.9 points per game, along with 5.4 rebounds per game. That was her last couple of years of high school. So a pretty important player playing for Rutgers. And in the Rutgers versus USC game, so USC, keep in mind, is the team that Juju Watkins plays for. So this is a pretty important game, right? In that game, it was announced that Kiyomi McMiller would sit out. And actually, before the coach announced it, Kiyomi got on Instagram and announced it. And apparently it was the coach's decision. So before the coach could announce that Kiyomi wouldn't be playing, Kiyomi got on Instagram and made a post that says, "To my fans, I would like to apologize to my fans. I will not be playing in today's game versus USC, which is number 4 in the country. This decision was made by my head coach, Coquese Washington. Thank you for your continued support. God bless all of you. Kiyomi, the product, McMiller."
She going to the portal.
That's why I'm like, she gonna be gone.
She going to the portal.
She gonna be gone. Now, when the coach announced it,
Dawn gonna be in that inbox. Let me shut up.
When the coach announced it, the coach, Rutgers, I'm not gonna say the coach announcement. The Rutgers organization announced it. It said, "Kiyomi will miss tonight's game due to coach's decision. We will handle the matter internally." Like, what is the matter? Why did you say that? That feels messy to me. You could just say Kiyomi McMiller will miss tonight's game. It's a coach's decision, period. When you say we will handle the matter internally, that implies that there is a matter to be handled. Like,
you know who's the best at that? Kim Mulkey. When she had to remember when she had to sit out Angel Reese? And everybody was like, why? Kim Mulkey didn't get no explanation. She didn't say they're going to handle the matter internally. She was like, she will sit out until further notice. Okay. And we are keeping this internal. This is our business. This is the team's business. And that's all Kim Mulkey said. That she handles that great. But this right here is giving messy.com.
It really is. And then let's add a little bit to that. Rutgers did, in fact, lose that game to USC.
Of course. By how much?
Rutgers, the score was 92-42.
They ain't even scored 50 points.
92-42. And you set your star out.
That's crazy. Hey, what classification is McMiller?
She's a freshman. She's a freshman.
Oh, freshman. Yeah. Ooh, she won't be playing for Rutgers long.
I believe she's a freshman.
I can tell you that.
Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure she's a freshman.
These college coaches, I was literally watching this on, you know, the University of Miami head coach stepped down. Girls. Yeah. And there's a couple more coaches stepped down, and their reason was purely being, and I need to stop with this bottle.
Yeah, she's a freshman, by the way.
That's crazy. Their reason for retiring out of girls basketball, and there's been some head boys basketball coaches, is because the players have all the power, right? You bench me? Okay, god dang it. I'm going to go to the portal. I can go to the portal before the season ends. I can start talking behind your back with other coaches to go get 80K, 100K somewhere else and transfer and be in a better season. So, I mean, these coaches, I mean, right now, the NCAA is all in the players' hands. So, I mean, the Rutgers coach should have handled that way, way better. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why, but I mean, you could have done something differently. Rutgers head coach.
It's hard because,
what are your thoughts?
Damn, what do you do? How do you provide discipline to your team? How do you handle situations when they come up if you can't like do anything punitive to your team without them going to the portal? Now, not everybody could go to the portal, right? Some people could go to the portal and ain't nothing gonna be there for them, right? You know what I mean?
Correct.
But
correct.
Your star, how do you keep your star, especially when they're that young, right? Because you have to, in a lot of ways, like that's still a kid in a lot of ways. So there's a lot of stuff that you're trying to develop in them as a person. Forget basketball player. As a person, right? How do you develop that without the ability to provide any repercussions, or you might lose your star?
Right. And you know, I'm a coach myself, and I am the first to defend coaches and these spoiled ass kids. You know, and I'm sure the Rutgers coach has her reasoning. But I wish the Rutgers coach, like, they need to implement, you know, social media policies, because like if I was a Rutgers coach, because you shouldn't be posting about that, you know, your playing time on social media.
Well, it's definitely an act of defiance.
Like, you need to sign a
contract. But what you gonna
do? Right. Like, I mean, I wonder, did they sign a social media contract? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't be posting about playing time to the team, all this stuff on your social media, period. Like, that should be automatic implemented.
So what do you do if they break the contract?
There will be financial consequences.
Okay. So you think they should be fined?
You know, yeah, financial consequences, physical consequences, and game time consequences.
Okay. So from a fan's perspective, though, like from a player's perspective and fan perspective, like I feel like if I'm not going to play in the game, then I want to talk, because do you know how many people were waiting to see her in that game up against Juju Watkins? You know what I mean? Like, do you know how many people were waiting for that? Like, I want to be able to tell my fans I'm not playing.
Okay, great. But just like in a professional league, there are, like, right now you're getting paid. You're in NCAA. They didn't open up the can of worms. You didn't open up Pandora's box. You are now considered a professional athlete. With what comes with the territory of professional athlete, you have to abide by your employer, right? When you get those WNBA contracts, NBA contracts, you have media contracts where you can and cannot say certain shit in social media and in the media. Period.
Agreed.
Like,
I mean, that's any job. I have a social media contract right now with my job.
Right. So yeah, of course you wanna tell your fans this, that, and the other, but at the same time, you have to be the P word, a professional. Even though you're 18, 19 years old freshman, you have to be a professional and not go to social media. Even though you want to update, blah, blah, blah. But do you have
to be if you a star? And if they do something to make you mad, you could just get on the portal and go play somewhere else? You get what I'm saying? Like,
no, because guess what? Okay, yeah, you can go play somewhere else, but guess what? Coaches talk, right? So if I'm a coach and you disobeyed the social media contract at Rutgers, what makes you think you're not going to go? Like, if I say some shit in my locker room that's messed up, what makes you think I'm going to trust you to hold your tongue and not go to social media? I got an inside scoop. Like, there is a lot of stuff that a lot of coaches say in locker rooms. I'm not going to say no names that don't get out to social media. It be some stuff, some curse words, it be some stuff in there, and they need to trust that you're not going to go back to social media. So that's like a mafia within itself. Like, if you go and snitch on another coach, Ain't no coach gonna touch you. I don't care if you the most winningest coach. I mean, the most winningest guard. I don't care if you are Juju Watkins. If you got a loud mouth, ain't no coach gonna want you.
Yeah.
Period.
I hear you. I thought that was...
So there still is that power, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Like, there must have been a really good reason. I'm sure the coach has her reason. Like, I'm certain of it.
Of course, but you got to understand these coaches are trying to find their power within this messed up system the NCAA is in right now that they need to fix. Like, coaches are trying to find their power, and they believe that their power is benching players. Like, I'm gonna kill you where it hurts.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put you on the floor. That's literally the only power right now these coaches has, is controlling your playing time. So they're trying to save all end all by getting some power back. Like, you're gonna listen to me and do what I say. You know, they're trying to be the parent, right? Like, you know, they done took the door off the room. Now they got to kick them out the house. You know what I'm saying? They're doing everything. So I can see what Rutgers is trying to do. Obviously, your star player, benching them against a big game like that. But, you know, I just hope that coaches find their power, and I hope that kids keep their voice, but in a respectful manner.
Agreed.